Okay, so I'm back. Let me just tell you everything that happened. I supposedly the surgery was gonna be at 10:30 in the morning. I had to be there, so 2 hours later was going to be the surgery. So 12:30 in the afternoon. They called me. They said no, go in at 2:30. So going in at 2:30, I figured the surgery is gonna be at 4:30. So it conflicted with the pickup time of my son from school. My mom dropped me off at 2:15 at the hospital. Left the hospital, went to pick up my son. Came back to the hospital with my son. Waiting, 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 waiting. The doctor was running behind. He had like 3 more people ahead of me. So I told my mom, just go home. Do homework, have Sean take a shower, eat dinner, get him ready for bed. Don't even come back, but if you want to, come back. So she went home, did everything. She was coming back, and at 10:30, they finally take me to the room. And they started, I guess, at around 10:30. All I remember is, putting on the mask. They tell me breathe in, breathe deeply, whatever. I had no idea what was going on. I thought that he was just making me, breathe in that thing. I didn't know that it was to put me to sleep already. So naive. So that's all I remember. Then I remember coming back, looking at my mom, and started screaming, I'm in so much pain! So much pain! Ow! And then I guess I knocked out again. And then I remember not seeing my mom again. So, she left after that. And then I didn't see her again till the next day. So, I was in there until 1 o'clock in the morning. So my surgery was really Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the morning. From 10:30 till 1. Okay, so in the hospital, I'm like, ew, don't give me the painkillers. It makes me feel weird. Makes my arms weak. I hate the feeling. Don't give me any more of that stuff. As soon as it started wearing off, I'm like, double up on that dose. I couldn't take the pain. It was, whoever says it's not painful, I don't know what they're talking about, because I was in so much pain. So then gradually the pain started reducing, but yesterday was Wednesday. Okay, so my pain was so bad because they already took the IVs off because I was leaving, and they gave me just a pill. And the pill, because I didn't do good with the liquid, I would throw it up, and oh my god, throwing up when you're in pain is the worst because you don't want to do it. So what I would do was just get the thing and just spit out nothing. Just, the liquid that you get in your mouth right before you throw up. I would just, breathe, 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 breathe. So if you guys feel like throwing up while during the surgery, try not to throw up. Breathe, 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 and just spit whatever's in your mouth. Excuse me. And most of the time, I wouldn't throw up. I threw up like 3 times only. So yeah, that medicine, the painkiller that was liquid, as soon as I took it down, it came right back up. That was nasty. So when I woke up, and until the next day, until 10 o'clock in the morning, I still had that tube up my nose, which goes all the way through your throat and all the way down to your stomach. And that tube was the nastiest because you feel it there every time you swallow. I don't know. To me, it felt like it was going like this in my throat. I was dying to get that thing off. I knew that once they took that off, I was going to feel like a whole new person. So they finally took me down for the x-ray to see if there was any leaks at 10 in the morning. And so the instructions are no straws, no big gulps, take your time, take small sips, and don't drink a lot of quantity. When I get to the x-ray room, they gave me a cup this big full of like a thick medicine. It was disgusting. With a straw. And I'm like, these people don't know what they're doing. You know, they're breaking all the rules here. So I start taking little tiny sips. They're like, no, that's not going to work. You got to take huge, big gulps. Because all you're doing right now is taking more gas in. And it's going to be worse for you later. So I'm like, whatever. I start gulping and gulping and gulping. Finally, they could see there's no leaks. And I'm like, bleh. I mean, it was coming back up. But the guy's like, just breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathing and spitting. And I kept it down. I went to the room. They took that thing off. When that lady started pulling it out of my nose, I closed my eyes because I could just feel it coming all the way up. She's pulling and pulling, and it was never ending. It was huge. It was disgusting. After that, you know, I had like a little bit of nosebleed until today in the morning. I was still like blowing my nose and a little blood was coming out. And okay, so last night, no, in the hospital, I was walking the halls because I was in so much pain. That pill, that painkiller that they gave me didn't do anything for me. I was like, I don't want to go home with this pain. I want to stay here. But they really needed the room for like 3 other patients that were coming in. 3 other bariatric patients. So finally I ended up coming home at 8 o'clock. But first I want to tell you something. During the 2-week diet that they told that, you know, you're supposed to be already practicing for after. How you're supposed to take, you know, small sips. Swallow slow. In a little while, take another sip. Please, do practice. Do practice. What happened to me at the hospital was they had given me my vitamin, which was this much only. I took that. It was like pure iron, disgusting. Right after, I took a little sip of Crystal Light. Then they gave me a protein shot, which was the cup this big. I had to take it in 2 gulps because I was afraid that, you know, I'll throw it up if I had a big gulp. So 2 gulps. Between each gulp, I took sips of Crystal Light. And then I took a pill, which was, I think it was Pepsid. And I took it with Crystal Light. Then they brought me my lunch. And the first thing they tell you is, don't be distracted when you're eating. Just concentrate in your food. Take 1 spoon. Put the spoon down. You know, swallow slowly. Then let some time pass. Again, put the spoon down. No distractions, no TV. I started watching TV and eating that soup. And before you know it, I was done with the whole thing of soup. It was 4 ounces of soup. And I was like, oh my God. I wanted for them to open me up again and just squeeze the soup out of my stomach because I just felt my pouch this big. I felt it like it was about to explode of the 4 ounces plus the other things that I had taken before. It was way, 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 way too much. So I started walking the hospital back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for about an hour. And so then I realized it's true. During those 2 weeks that I was on that liquid diet, I should have been practicing. Excuse the gases, you know that's normal. Okay, so I should have been practicing, you know, taking small sips, swallowing slowly. But my mentality is, you know, 4 ounces of soup, not a problem. No. So then today I'm supposed to have a protein shake in the morning, a midday snack, and then my soup, which will be half a cup. I can't have a protein shake. So what I did was the 8 ounces I divided to 4 ounces and 4 ounces. Instead of having a midday snack before lunch, I'm having the other 4 ounces of the shake. They're still here. Because the pain that I'm feeling, it's a constant pain, you know, the whole time. and it feels like a gremlin with very long nails with an attitude problem inside your stomach going, ah, 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 let me out. That's the kind of pain. Scratching and screaming, and you hear it all like in there, like the gremlin really wants to get out. So whether I'm eating or not eating, I have the pain. So I'm a little afraid of eating because then the pain is worse. It feels like, I don't know how to explain it. Like when you're hungry, like really, really hungry, but times 10, that's your constant pain. And then you're like, oh, maybe if I eat, it'll go away, because that's the way it used to be. You know, you ate, the pain will go away. I eat, and I could feel it, you know, going down, and then boom, once it gets there, it feels even worse. So yeah, and then this morning with the protein shake, I'm like, oh, that much? Oh, not a problem. Hold on. You know, yeah, a big gulp, and you could feel it getting stuck, you know, as it goes down. So it's better to take little tiny sips, swallow slow. So please, if you're going to go through surgery, practice, practice, practice. Slow, small sips. That way when you're in the hospital, you don't make the same mistake as I did. So last night I took a painkiller, which since I can't take liquid, I'm, you know, doing the pill thing. And it didn't do much. I gotta go. I'll be back.